the armors are silent, but it's not done. So there is still something suppressed here, a little bit. That's what it feels like. And then there is a clarity somehow, which was not there when I woke up. So I'm kind of like, okay, I'm not really sure where I'm at here right now, but I will watch it. And I'm determined to walk in whatever it takes. So.
That's all you need.
Hmm?
That determination is all you need.
Yeah?
Yeah. Whatever it takes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit skeptic because I kind of have I assume that I was in that determination and how do you say that? Set myself on the wrong horse with that. Following an ego without recognizing it. So that is also my fight with my own will, which is his. There are things to be discerned for not to trap myself again. But it's nevertheless, I'm gonna have to look at that one too. Because it feels right? It feels right.
Mm-hmm. Trust that. That's what you can trust, you know.
Again, maybe I just really need to feel it in this expanded state of...
The ego will project.
Right, to get that difference right between, I just feel that.
That God becomes the devil.
Yes.
Kind
Okay.
of,
It appears so subtle in distinction, in a way. So to get that right, that the ego would project and that this determination would just extend. Is that true? Yeah, thank you.
yeah. Thank you. Anybody else woke up with terror? Woke up with anything but bliss? Yeah.
Actually, the last 2 nights I woke up in the middle of the night with asthma. I couldn't breathe.
You couldn't breathe.
Yeah, like the feeling of not being able to breathe. And this morning got into something with Peter and it just feels like the old emotions up. So much. Kind of feel trapped in it.
Time to pray. I hear the words "time to pray" when you feel that fear.
Coming here, I just suddenly realized that it feels like a pattern of that like I said to you yesterday, I do something, Peter suggests something, I say yes, let's do that. And then I go into it right away, and even though I might even wanted something else first, and then having this experiencing that if Peter doesn't go into it, because something to do together, and I'm waiting. I have this waiting thing too. And then I suddenly realized that it's like I go into this sacrifice and then I have the belief that he just doesn't care. He doesn't care about me. It's so strong. Isn't it just with Peter, it's with everyone? If I sacrifice and they don't even see my sacrifice, because I do it without saying it. And then this strong belief that nobody cares. And a strange way of just trying to do it even better, then I can sacrifice better. And even doing it twice this morning, and I can't see it before after, I'm like, but I do feel the anger and the thing come up and the resentment. Like, okay, why did you suggest this if you didn't want, or then I'm doing it all, and and this injustice of actually doing what's asked and then not being even thanked.
So you,
Getting anger or something instead.
So there are some beliefs that are distorted there.
Yeah, it's really distorted.
Yeah.
But again, it bothers me that I can't see it before after.
Yeah. But the healing you're going through, the facing of the fears will be what clears this. It's caused by fear. The mind is out of alignment. So you're going through a lot of healing and undoing the belief in sacrifice. So you will keep getting opportunities to practice it, and if you feel confused and not connected when something is proposed or asked of you, and I think to give yourself some space to just sit with it.
Here this time issue comes in. That's what I felt yesterday and this morning.
Yeah.
The time issue, that I don't have time to do that.
There's the reversed cause and effect thing, the belief that the world outside is very demanding and that you have to be available and line up.
Yeah.
So it does come back to the facing the fear in the mind. And have spaciousness. See this as a retreat. See this as a hermitage time. There is just you. This is what I said in the beginning of the retreat. Think of it as it's just you here. And your inner healing journey with God. The world isn't real. So these demands are beliefs that show up.
Beliefs and
Maybe we can go into the reversing effect and cause in the course. It could be good. I don't know if it's now. We could go into a little bit of that.
from reversing effect and cause.
What is it in the call?
Chapter 28, section 2.
28 and what?
28, 2. And this is paragraph 3. Always in sickness does the Son of God attempt to make himself his cause and not allow himself to be his Father's Son. For this impossible desire, he does not believe that he is love's effect and must be caused because of what he is. The cause of healing is the only cause of everything.
Capital C, cause.
Could you read that sentence again, please?
Maybe start with that.
Yeah. Always in sickness does the Son of God attempt to make himself his cause and not allow himself to be his Father's Son.
So that's the individual experience of being cut off.
For this impossible desire, he does not believe that he is love's effect and must be cause because of what he is.
So the belief that you're not one with God, but that you are a cause because of what you are, because of the sick, cut off, separate experience. That you are your own cause. That's what Jesus said when he talks about the authority problem. He says, you did not make yourself, but you believe you did.
The cause of healing is the only cause of everything. It has but one effect. And in that recognition, causelessness is given no effects and none is seen.
Yeah, so it's just saying that God is the cause and it has one effect, which is the mind of the Christ, which is your true identity. And recognizing that is seeing that causelessness is given no effects and none is seen. So the separation is not even seen.
Yeah, the ego has done nothing. A mind within a body and a world of other bodies, each with separate minds, are your creations, you the other mind, creating with effects unlike yourself. And as their father, you must be like them.
So that's projection. That believing you're in a body, in a world of other bodies, each with separate minds. They are your creations. And you are the other mind creating with effects unlike yourself. That's projection. The effects of creation with the ego. And it's not creation. It's a dream. But projection requires that it's unlike you. It's something hated seen outside. That's why bodies are even seen. And that's why there's so much hatred. Because what you hate within yourself, you hate it so much that you don't want to feel it inside, so you see it outside and point a finger. And that's how the dream is sustained. And you are their father, and it says here, you must be like them. So that's that belief underneath, that it actually is you. You are the hated thing, but it's dissociated, so it's... So first we must see that belief, that self-hatred, that this is what I believe, and that's why I see it out there. That's why this journey is so uncomfortable and so unpopular. Nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to look within.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Out of my own experiences in that journey, I kind of could not really access my beliefs until today, actually.
Mm.
I mean, I cannot, it just appears to be impossible in many situations, if not, nearly all. So, but I came onto that underlying the belief is the desire and the recognition of this is true and this is not true.
Mm. That's all you need.
Okay.
Yeah. And if there is more to see and heal and go through,
It will
you
be
can
given.
trust that will
Okay.
be coming to you. Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. This is why in my early days in the peace house, I put in the earplugs. I thought, I'm gonna really go within. I needed that. For many days, I just walked around with earplugs. I didn't want any distraction. I just needed to look at my mind. For me, that was effective. I needed, because I was too much external oriented. I felt disturbed all the time. But demands, and it distracted me so much that I couldn't even start to look at my mind.
I feel that way a lot. I woke up this morning with that sort of feeling, just a little bit disturbed, slight disturbance. I often go through my days like that. Like it's hard, I didn't wake up in terror, I never, well, I do experience that sometimes.
Mm.
But them little disturbances, I find them hard to become aware of,
Mm.
They're just so normal and accepted. I can't even sometimes tell what is it, like right now even. I'm feeling slightly, there's just a slight disturbance.
Mm.
No one done anything, or no one, there's nothing external that I can, so that's why. It just seems to be in me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's resistance.
Mm.
It's fear of God.
Yeah.
That's what it always is. And then it's seen outside. There is a disturbing world. Even a community, or it demands my attention. I have to do something here. But that's resistance and fear of God underneath. It is the reversed effect and cause. It's believed. It's like an external world demanding something of you. Instead of seeing that right now, in this moment, I am exactly where I'm meant to be, and I'm doing exactly what I'm meant to do, which is forgiveness. It's not like there are other functions and tasks, but they're just there to help. They're not there to demand of you.
Thanks. Some thoughts did get in like that. Something's required of me here, and I need to step up, Need to
It's
do
that doer, yeah. We're all trained to be efficient and be great doers.
And once, if I'm only able to do and do well, then everything's fine. That seems to be the belief. You know, win your acceptance and everybody's approval. Oh yeah, look, he's great. You know, that's that seems to be what I'm always striving for.
Yeah.
You know, very unconsciously.
Well, it's pretty conscious. You're seeing it.
Yeah.
That small self that
Conscious,
needs some recognition.
Very nice to be free from all of that. Just be here, be in joy, and have none of them thoughts.
Yeah, you're on your way. I mean, there's just a lot of undoing or conditioning, centuries of conditioning, cultural conditioning, social, and the belief that you're a man should be a certain way, or a woman should be a certain way. There's so many mistaken identities that we have taught ourselves, or the mind has taught us to believe in. And now we're just here to first see them, find those concepts, to start to peel them away. So maybe this is not me. Okay, who am I?
Who would I be without them things?
Yeah.
That's a deep fear for me anyway. I seem identified with the whole stress sometimes. Who would I be without it all?
Yeah. Yeah, I used to have guilt for so many things in the past, like even because I was also taught to work hard and produce something, be efficient, and then in community to undo this idea of time, first of all, like whether I slept at night or slept in the day it was just, time was just used for forgiveness. So I had to undo this idea that I should sleep at night and be awake in the day. There were days when I went in deep meditation and I was gone from the world for hours. And then I woke up in the bed, I was like, oh, I am here, but I gave really myself the space to do that. And then sometimes we watched movies throughout the day and I was feeling so guilty. It's like, I should be productive, I should do something. How can I sit and watch a movie? I felt so bad to watch a movie during the day. And it was the self-hatred. It was murky and dark and awful, the feeling of it. So sometimes I just needed to I took long walks and just to be with those feelings, and I listened to David's recordings all the time, or to the course. That was the two. I did it all the time. And David taught me that. He said, you need to really feed your mind with the truth, because the ego thoughts have been so prevalent. So yes, listen to something. Don't just listen to your ego thoughts. And that was very, very helpful. All around the piece house we put up things on the walls, course quotes, and we should do more of that here too. Just the reminders all the time were just very helpful to break these ego trains of thoughts. Listening to radio or watching TV was not ever on the table. It's not helpful. Even listening to music that was without any message wasn't on the table. One time I was in the car and I put on some music, even spiritual music. David turned it off and put on something else because it wasn't helpful for the mind. It's like breaking the pattern of the ego. Yeah, the distractions. So, I mean, here, Diana used to say that no distractions here. What can I do here? There's nothing here.
And like I said in the bed yesterday, we're just here.
Yeah.
Remember I was having that feeling of nowhere to go, nothing to do, nothing to see, nothing to be.
Yeah.
You're just here.
Yeah. It's just like facing the mind. You get the mind right in your face. Like there is no distraction.
There's no hiding place.
No hiding place. No. Because in the world there is only distraction. Like we have all come from trying to distract all the time. That's what the world is. So that's why it's uncomfortable. Yeah, here to start to look straight at beliefs. But I feel the Holy Spirit wants to make it as gentle as possible with the joinings and with the different activities. That makes it very gentle. It's like you're not all alone and have to figure it out. But we are holding hands through this, and it makes it much easier. And we share minds. That's very powerful. We gain from others' experiences. Does anybody else want to share how you're doing right now?
Yeah. I woke up with a lot of pain in my shoulder. And usually I used to get very angry at the body. Oh no, now there's pain again, blah, blah, blah. But actually I didn't do that this morning. I thought, okay, let's see what's coming up today. And I realized that I don't have so much tense in my body today.
Beautiful.
It's more smooth in my neck and my back. Still have these pains, but and then what came up when Sola shared, because I think it's a pattern. We have to look in the kitchen and see what's needed and put it on the list. And I asked Sola yesterday, when are you ready? Oh, I can't do that now. Okay. And then I realized I go and wait for her. And I think she wants to join with Peter, and I have to wait for them, or something like that. Instead of, I didn't say to her, will you please come and tell me when you're ready? I didn't say that, I was just thinking that. And then I feel guilty for not speaking out clearly. So I go and wait, and I think, that's not okay, but I'm waiting. I have to speak out clearly.
Yeah.
And I think that's a pattern. I just be invited and say, okay, see what's going to happen, but I don't speak out clearly what I want.
Right, and maybe there is also an element of that efficiency.
A lot. But try to see it in another way. Or that's why I'm here, to undo that.
Yeah. The productive woman.
Oh yeah. But I have trained, not watching television for a year, not listening to the radio. It really disturbs me. So that's not a problem here. I like this peace, and so I am on the journey.
Yeah.
I can feel that. Don't need that that sort of distraction. I have a lot of other distractions. How can I be efficient here, and how can I fit in, and that's distractions. And this morning I had a longing for going to the sea to feel how I'm doing. Yeah. I think I need that this week in some way.
Yeah.
It's a kind of longing. I feel that.
Yeah. Maybe it's your turn today to go.
But I can't walk that long, so I have to figure out how to get a bus. But you can help me, I think. Yeah.
Well, can you bike?
Yeah.
Yeah. You could bike with me this morning down to town, and then I can leave you there for the day, for a
Then
few
I
hours.
haven't had my breakfast.
You can have your breakfast first.
Yeah. And then I have this guilt. What about what we are going to do in the kitchen?
Well,
that's coming up.
there are 6 others that can.
Can I leave it to one of the other?
I'd say so.
Ooh, that makes me that triggers me. Can I really do that? How can I just go to the seaside? Well, yeah, that's what I want. Yeah. Follow that. Not suppressing.
And thanks for sharing about how you woke up and you didn't interpret your pain or judge it. Just observing it.
I have realized this summer I can, when I have pain, back pain, I can do, screw up and down. If I go inward and investigate what is in my mind.
Turn up or down the level of the pain.
The pain, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's the panic that is the problem.
Yeah.
The interpretation of the sensation is the actual pain.
Yeah. A lot of fear. Oh no, I'm sick, there's something wrong with that. Like when I had cancer last autumn. Oh no. Didn't believe it. I'm on this journey, and then I also have to face cancer. Wow. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Shall we do today's lesson? Are there more sharings? We can share more after. Is this for the lesson?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we could skim through that, or
Oh no.
no?
No, we can read this.
Okay.
I can read it.
Okay.
Then you can read the lesson.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, October 18th, 2021. What is the real world? The real world is a symbol, like the rest of what perception offers. Yet it stands for what is opposite to what you made.
Hey, Trini,
Mm-hmm.
I thought we read, didn't we read lesson 270? I think it's Wait a minute.
290. 290 yesterday.
290, thank you.
It was my present happiness is all I see. Yesterday. And you're so invited to do the lesson while you're here. And you, throughout the day, take times. Because it's very, very helpful to take times throughout the day to sit with Spirit. That you could almost schedule it in. Even if it's just a few minutes. Okay, we'll start over. What is the real world? The real world is a symbol, like the rest of what perception offers. Yet it stands for what is opposite to what you made. Your world is seen through eyes of fear and brings the witnesses of terror to your mind. The real world cannot be perceived except through eyes forgiveness blesses, so they see a world where terror is impossible and witnesses to fear cannot be found. The real world holds a counterpart for each unhappy thought reflected in your world, a sure correction for the sight of fear and sounds of battle which your world contains. The real world shows a world seen differently, through quiet eyes and with a mind at peace. Nothing but rest is there. There are no cries of pain and sorrow heard, for nothing there remains outside forgiveness. And the sights are gentle. Only happy sights and sounds can reach the mind that has forgiven itself. That's so beautiful. I'll read that again. There are no cries of pain and sorrow heard, for nothing there remains outside forgiveness. When I started doing mind training, I had this experience of breathing forgiveness. Or like everything I perceived, I kind of bathed in forgiveness. I wanted to make it like a habit, like a good habit, to kind of allow my mind to wash everything through a filter of forgiveness. What need has such a mind for thoughts of death, attack, and murder? What can it perceive surrounding it but safety, love, and joy? What is there it would choose to be condemned, and what is there that it would judge against? The world it sees arises from a mind at peace within itself. No danger lurks in anything it sees, for it is kind, and only kindness does it look upon. The real world is the symbol that the dream of sin and guilt is over, and God's Son no longer sleeps. His waking eyes perceive the sure reflection of his Father's love, the certain promise that he is redeemed. The real world signifies the end of time, for its perception makes time purposeless. The Holy Spirit has no need of time when it has served his purpose. Now he waits but that one instant more for God to take his final step. And time has disappeared, taking perception with it as it goes, and leaving but the truth to be itself. That instant is our goal, for it contains the memory of God. And as we look upon a world forgiven, it is He who calls to us and comes to take us home, reminding us of our identity, which our forgiveness has restored to us. The Holy Spirit has no need of time when it has served His purpose. That's it. That's that reversing. The reversal of the use of time. And our lesson today is beautiful. You can take that in and remember it throughout the day today.
This is a day of stillness and of peace. Christ's vision looks through me today. His sight shows me all things forgiven and at peace, and offers the same vision to the world. And I accept this vision in its name, both for myself and for the world as well. What loveliness we look upon today. What holiness we see surrounding us. And it is given us to recognize it is a holiness in which we share. It is the holiness of God Himself. This day my mind is quiet to receive the thoughts you offer me, and I accept what comes from you instead of from myself. I do not know the way to you, but you are wholly certain. Father, guide your Son along the quiet path that leads to you. Let my forgiveness be complete, and let the memory of you return to me. This is a day of stillness and of peace.